Every day, you make hundreds of choices. What to wear, what to eat, who to text, and in all of this, you feel free. But what if I told you, maybe, just maybe, you're not as free as you think? We think of free will as the power to choose between options. But here's a question. Where do those choices come from? Let's say you're choosing between coffee and tea. You think, I want coffee. But was that your decision? Or was it influenced by how your parents raised you? Or the last coffee ad you saw on social media? Think about it. Your mood, your craving, even your thoughts, they're all shaped by things you didn't choose. In 1983, scientist Benjamin ran an experiment. He asked people to move their fingers whenever they felt like it. Their brains showed signs of decision before they were consciously aware of making it. It's like the brain had already decided, and the you part just went along with the ride. Now let's take this to the real world. Imagine two people. One grows up in a loving family with support and safety. The other grows up around violence, trauma, and neglect. They both become adults. One becomes a doctor, and the other maybe ends up in prison. Did they both have the same freedom to choose? Sure. They made their own choices, but the paths they were on were shaped way before they were old enough to choose anything. Philosophers have fought over this for centuries. Spinoza believed free will was an illusion. He said, men think themselves free because they are conscious of their actions and ignorant of the causes by which they are determined. On the other hand, Jean-Paul Sartre believed in radical freedom. To him, we are condemned to be free. He said no matter what happens to us, we always have a choice, even if it's just how we respond. But here's the paradox. What if both are right? Maybe we are not free to choose everything, but maybe we are free in how we carry the weight of what we didn't choose. So what does this mean for you? Does this mean you're just a puppet of your brain? That your childhood, your culture, your trauma control you? Not entirely. Because while you can't control your past, you can become aware of it. And in that, awareness is power. Free will isn't about choosing everything. It's about noticing your patterns. It's about pausing before you act. It's in that moment where you say, I always do this, but this time I'll try something different. That's where your freedom lives. Not in the big choices, but in the tiny ones. The space between impulse and action. The truth is, free will isn't a yes or no question. It is not black or white. It's a spectrum. And real freedom, it's not about doing whatever you want. It's about understanding why you want it. It's about asking yourself, am I acting out of fear, out of habit, or out of something deeper? We all have stories written before we were old enough to hold the pen. But now, maybe we can rewrite a few lines. So the next time you say, I had no choice, look again. There might be one. So are we truly free? Maybe not in the way we first thought. But freedom isn't about being untouched by the world. It's about waking up within it. You may not control where your story begins, but you have a say in where it goes next. And sometimes just becoming aware of your patterns is the first act of freedom. As Carl Jung once said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. This moment right now is yours. If this video made you think or taught you something new, give it a like and subscribe for more content like this. It really helps and keeps me going to make more deep stuff like this. Let's explore life together. Thank you for watching.